testing 1, 2. Just checking to see if things are working. Test, test. Minimal technical issues. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. So far, at least. Another few minutes and we'll get started. Bill is here now. It's a party when Bill is here. Just another minute and a half or so. About a minute now, we'll get started. Just letting everybody get here. Okay, I guess we should start the show. Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Abe Duque. I am your streamer for today. It's Friday, Fun Friday, 1 p.m. We are 343 TV, brought to you by 343 Labs. We are here every Friday and Saturday, and sometimes on Tuesday. I think it's every other Tuesday, and we stream at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow is John Selway's show. John Selway has a Techno Saturday show. Anyway, we're here. You know, we're doing everything we can to bring you all that you want to talk about and see, and music production, composition, sound design, mixing, mastering. It's all game. Let's see, some people in the chat already having a fun time. Bill Bancroft is here, of course. Kickzilla he's talking about Kickzilla. It's actually in the thumbnail today that we talk a little bit about Kickzilla. Kickzilla is a Rumble plugin for making techno. You know, that rumble under the kick. We're going to try it out, see how we like it. And yeah, let's see who else is here. Shelly Johansson's here. Hello. John H. Kingston III. T.I.80 Mark, of course. Simple Sam. Hey, Simple Sam says, hey, Abe and everybody, can't watch this one live, but wanted to say hi. Okay, well, thanks for just dropping in and saying hi. All right, let's just get into it. So let me open up my DAW. I'm going to use Ableton today. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab us as a kick. So I guess we're doing kind of techno. So let's get around techno speed. So let's go to 133. That'll be kind of techno speed. And let's get the ubiquitous techno kick, or the kick that we hear in techno, well, classic, let's say, which is a 909 kick. And let's put it in there and get us a little straightforward 909 pattern bass drum. So let's just get that 4 on the floor going there. And let's get some sound out of this thing. So let's see, we don't have any sound coming out of it. Oh, I gotta put it out the right output there. And just get the cue out to do the same. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna tweak this kick at all? I don't think we need to. I think it's pretty set to what it is. Let's see. Let's play with decay a little bit. And tuning. The attack. That sounds fine. Level's okay. Let's get it loud. And now let's go grab that device, that Kickzilla. I saw it around. A friend of mine turned me onto it. It's this rumble device for adding the rumbles in the kicks. So let's see, where is that? I installed it earlier. Now, I will tell you, I only have the demo version. So there'll be an annoying little demo version recording coming in from time to time. But let's see if we can get through this without worrying about it too much. So it's the demo mode. And so this is it right here. It's basically set up to do the sort of, you know, extra stuff that happens underneath the kick. A lot of times we do that with reverbs and delays. But this is our Kickzilla action. Let's see what we have going on here. It's a bit of an envelope here. An envelope is going to control how... Demo version. There goes the demo version, right? It's going to control how this is going to present over time. And we can work with the attack on the envelope and the slope on the envelope. And this is for the rumble. And this is the hold, so that you can make it longer and then come out suddenly. And then the release also can also be triggered here. And the release slope can also be played with here. So quite a functional, nice envelope to work with. As it goes to the demo version. It's going to drive me crazy. Let me start getting some sound in there. So even if it says demo version, that's part of the track, right? So let's work with the attack. It's nice that you can get that I will say that it's very smooth to get the actual control over the rumble that we want. Oh, by the way, I failed to mention. There we go, demo version again. I failed to mention that when you see what the little light going on here, that means that it's hitting that threshold. So if I have it up here, it's not going to give me anything. So I gotta lower this enough so that the threshold is triggered, and then the envelope is triggered here. There's a reverb in here. Is basically what we have here. Damien Green says, "I hope this VST sucks." I have too many already.
Demo version.
Okay, so damping is basically allowing more high-end frequencies or low-end frequencies to dominate. And then we have, I guess, an EQ that we can apply here. And some distortion that we can add pre-reverb or pre-filter or post-filter.
Demo version.
There we go. That demo version should be part of the track. Sounds like reverb, just says Bill Bancroft. And yes, it is reverb. That's the thing. But it allows you to get that beginning part kind of under control. Now, that's about it. That's about what this thing does. It has a freeze function where you could freeze the sound and then
Demo version.
grab recorded parts of it here. You can just grab this, I think, and just drop it into a clip now and have your rumble there, which is okay, kind of nice, I guess. But to be honest, I like it. It's okay. It's a quick fix for getting the rumble in a techno kick. But to be honest, it's not to me, it's not the full story. It's a little bit one-dimensional. I mean, you can push it to the limit, and it has a good range for what it does. But I think if you just spend a little time and work with effects inside of your own DAW, you can get some, well, let's say more dramatic effects in this. So let's see if we don't do that. Let's have a look in the chat, see what's going on. Damien Green says, I see like that it's reverb because I prefer delay. Yes, we could also use delay. Cats in Space say playing synths on snowboards. Okay, Cats in Space playing synths on snowboards is the whole name. Really could record the demo version vocals. Yes, we should maybe. That would be funny to like include it in the track. So how do we get that going? So let me get that set up on a channel here. I want to do that now. I want to put this on there, and that'll kick up that demo version from time to time since it's on. And I'll just hit that record, and I'll just let that record in there. And I don't want it to record my voice. I just want to record what's coming from in there. So I wonder how to cancel that out. Oh, don't want that. Don't want that. So we're just going to resample. And we're waiting for this to kick up.
Demo version.
Oh, did I catch it? Let's see. That's funny. Just let that record. Let's go right to the end of this. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Let's see. Let's see. Funny. Did I catch it? Did I catch it? Did I catch it?
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo
Let's see if I
version.
caught it.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo version.
With a little bit of my
Demo
voice
version.
right on top of it.
Demo version.
Hiccup.
Demo
All right, let's
version.
crop
Demo
that
version.
sample and
Demo
keep it on the
version.
side.
Demo version.
Hiccup,
Demo
just for fun.
version. Demo version.
A little bit. We'll go back to that. But let's try doing this, and let's turn off this Kickzilla on here. I don't want to hear that demo version later. I'll throw that sample in later for fun when we develop a track with this. But let's try getting.
Demo version.
I don't want that. Stop.
Demo version.
Okay, let's get rid of the Kickzilla in here, and let's start to figure out how to make some rumble happen that's not necessarily from the Kickzilla. So basically, rumble can be done in two ways. We can do it with delays, or we can do it with reverb. And the way that I hear it done in the Kickzilla is with reverb. So I'm going to go straight to reverb. So let's see, we could do it with a reverb that's right on it. And let's grab this, actually let's put it in a return channel. Let me get maybe a Valhalla reverb in here and send that kick to that. Okay, so it's rumbling, but it doesn't have that pump. So the easiest way, I mean, there's a number of ways of getting that pump done. So let's explore some of the ways of getting this to pump. Pre-delay comes to mind as a quick way to like just get that to start pumping. Let's play with a little bit of damping. On the high frequencies. Maybe a little EQ off of the high frequencies. And play with a little more decay. And then deal with the pre-delay a little more. Catching the right number, maybe, if I just tweak it a little here and there, and keep on tweaking around with this, I'll end up with something close to what I need. But there we go. Let's get rid of that high frequency stuff. But the truth is, pre-delay works, but it's not the I would say it's not the most subtle way of doing it. Now let's try another way. Let's try the old school compression sidechain way. So how do we do that? We could do it right in there. We could just leave it in there and grab a compressor, drop it in front of there, and set up a sidechain for that with the kick, and let that play. And now the sidechain being in there, we'll have to just lower the threshold so we can duck out. Let's take the pre-delay back to normal range and let's put it actually after that, so it actually compresses after that, and that's yielding some better results. Shelly Johansson says you could time the pre-delay with a calculator. That's true. That's totally true. That's how we used to, when I started back in the late 80s, you'd have to get a delay right on outboard delay units, you'd have to divide by 60 beats per second or whatever, or per minute, or 60 seconds. What is it? 60 divided by the tempo that you have playing. They'll give you the right milliseconds for setting your delays to be in time. Okay, now let's set this right, and now we can play with this. We could increase the damping. We could play with the EQ. Just get it to kind of do, and maybe change the algorithm. Let's try a plate. Oh, that plate needs to be longer. Play the attack here on the compressor. That plate was, I think the concert hall was working a little better. So that's a way to do it with sidechain compression, which is nice. But there are still other ways to do it. And my favorite way, Somebody's saying put decapitator on the reverb. Yeah, we're going to do that in a little bit. I just want to explore, just like to make it all gnarly and stuff. But I wanted to explore the different ways of like getting that pump going on inside of the reverb for the rumble. So right now we've done two. We've done the pre-delay, which kind of works. Then we've done this compressor, which works as well. And then let's try the last version of this, which is, take off this compressor and let's try one of these new effects that Ableton has, like the shaper. Let's drop the shaper in here. And the shaper MIDI can come in very handy for what we're going to try to do right now. So the shaper will create basically a control signal for us, and we can map that, let's say, to the volume control on that, and that is set to quarter notes, and let's just start with a blank slate there. Take snapping off because I don't want it to snap to the grid, but let's make a grid that's a little more, maybe 8, so that we have good places to put that. And now let's make this work for us. So let's grab see, that's why I like, you could immediately, this is the tightest way to do it, because you could design some very nice action with this. Play with the curves here, or create your own curve. Maybe start higher, do some funky stuff like this if you want. I'm just getting nuts here just to see what I can get at, but I'm gonna clear this soon. Let's clear it again, and let's start again. This time, and you don't need to draw the whole thing. So I think, to me, this is probably the best way of getting it done. Just as it's super tight, very easy to manage. Let's clear it again. Let's try one of these wacky, look at that, you can get these wacky patterns going. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. Right, so Shelly Johansson's talking about the Cable Guys Shaper box, I guess it's called. This is pretty much that. I mean, the Shaper box has a little more going for it, but this is free if you're using Ableton. An envelope follower mapped to a gain knob will do a much better job. An envelope follower matched up to the gain knob. I guess, let's try the envelope follower. I guess that'll be the fourth way. Let's put this to the side here. And let's try an envelope follower. So an envelope follower creates a control signal from, and that would be an audio effect, I think. It creates a control signal from an audio effect. So let's drop that in there, and I guess we could drop it on the actual kick, maybe. So that, and as you see, that audio from the kick is creating a control signal. I can make the gain go up there so I can get a more detailed version of that, and map it to maybe volume control here on this. Do I have this mapped to something else? Maybe that's why it won't let me map it to that. So I had that shaper map to it, so let's try to map that to this now. So once again, envelope follower, the rise and fall can be controlled here, but the hold is a problem. I want to kind of have this, maybe the delay we can fix with the that pump we could do with the delay, but the hold of the whole thing is, to me, going to be a problem with the envelope follower. says correct. Drop it on the kick, map it to the utility on the verb. So we could do a utility, or we could do the volume control. I guess we could do it with, this is going to determine how much of a range it's going to have. I guess this becomes our de facto volume control. Okay, so that's one way. The other way is the shaper. I'm still going to stick with the shaper for now. I do like the envelope. I've always loved envelope followers. I found them super amazing because you could do very interesting, funny things. Maybe we'll do something a little later with the envelope follower. But right now, let's grab that. Let's grab that shaper once again. It's a new device, and I like what it does. So let's put it before the Valhalla, so it's tight. Actually, this is not the shaper. This is not listening. It's not an envelope follower, so it doesn't matter where it is. It's just creating a pattern depending on what we want to do, and we'll map it to the volume control here and get our action happening. 2 point. Let's clear that again. No snapping, please. All right, well, we got sort of a rumble going there. In the meantime, I'm gonna start to like gnarly it up. Of course, some saturation is always nice for that, and there's plenty of things we could do. We could try a few different things, like overdrive, to get something gnarly. Let's take that out. Let's try pedal. It's going to give you some options. This is interesting. Has a nice EQ here. Very handy. Let's play with that again. Move it. Gotta get it right. I hate when it's hard to control these little points until once you have them drawn in. It was sounding better before. Start. Let's see what's going on here with this Valhalla. You don't just want to have the rumble, no high stuff, but with distortion. Whoa, fuzz is too crazy. So let's leave the pedal in there. Let's try something else, see what else we have. Redux might be interesting. Oh, Bill Bancroft said we should try the saturator from Sound Toys, the decapitator. That always has really cool stuff. It's always good go-to saturator. Hold Alt. That might, okay, I'll try holding Alt for, so here's our decapitator. Let's add some drive and pick the different modes here. We're clipping already, so we better take it easy here. Let's lower this so we can get a lower version of that. Add some drive. Try the Neve. And what I'm doing, I'm just really exploring and letting you all hear all the different things that happen with these explorations. Ooh, the nice pentode. Pentode's very aggressive. It's a little too much drive though. It's nice. Okay, so, all right. Let's keep that for now. But that's kind of like, basic rumble. It's nothing that special. Let's get some more drums involved so that we can get this sounding a little more like a track, or get inspired by that. Let's see. Let's grab a snare. No, a hi-hat. Just a closed hi-hat. That'll do a lot for us right now. Just a little. Just give us a feeling. Now, one thing that I think makes a lot of sense is EQing that kick so that it has a little more to give, especially the air on the high end. So let's grab a EQ8 real quick. So there is low passing from the. We could do all sorts of things for the rumble. Alessandro Bratz asks, so you don't put low pass filter on. Yes, we can, and there is already low passing in the effect there. But I wanna see. It's nice to have that little top part of the kick come through. See what happens if I turn that off. Let's go. Do a little bit of what Alessandro Bratz suggests, to like maybe low pass more that kick. I mean that rumble. Okay, so we're rumbling. But okay, so what it was, you guys are really active in the chat, and I'm loving what you guys are talking about. A transient shaper would be nice on the bus. A transient shaper nice on the bus, on the whole drum bus, you mean? Do you mean on this bus or on this bus? Well, maybe if it came together as one, maybe we could add a transient shaper on there. But let's add another layer of rumble, and this is where the really cool stuff can happen. You want to have that's our Kickzilla, which we're kind of moving way past now. Let's get another audio track in here. And by the way, you're watching 343 TV. My name is Abe Duque. I'm an instructor at 343 Labs. We have a school. Come to our website, check out our website, and see our class schedule. We do a lot of classes on everything from composition, sound design, mixing and mastering, Ableton, Logic. Anyway, I'm gonna grab a loop of some sort. So let's go in here and look for some loops here. Let me go to my. So just look for some glitch experiments, elements, or whatever. So just glitchy stuff. I'm just gonna grab that and drop a bunch of them into a track, and then I'm gonna send it through there. I'm gonna try different ones, but for the moment, I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna grab another Valhalla or maybe another reverb. But let's see, what do we have here? We have, yeah, let's do Valhalla again. And I'm gonna wash it out in there. Get another algorithm here. Maybe yeah, that's good. Let's get another way of doing. Well, what way did we use before? We used the shaper, right? So let's grab another shaper and add a shaper to this. Yeah, here's a shaper, and let's control the volume with this shaper. Where is it? It's here. And let's it's a little loud, so let's lower this. You hear the textures that are starting to that come together when you start smearing these. Let's add some distortion to it somehow. Let's see what we can do for distortion there. Let's do saturator. See what that can give us. Let's do like a hard curve. Okay, too hard. Let's go to analog clipping and lower again this. And maybe now we can get some EQ and start working with molding that. So this is going to be another layer to our rumble here. Maybe this is just mid-range rumble. Experimenting. And that was just the first pattern that I picked. Let's switch out these patterns to see if I get another result. See how you can move from one thing to another pretty easily, and you get these pumps that are just. Let's try another one. That's pretty crazy. Let's try this one. What happens if I change the mix a bit here? I can get some real interesting movement in my rumble. Let's try another one. Let's lower the decay. Play with the EQ. Let's try another one. So if I turn off the Valhalla, you can hear what this thing is doing. It's just these glitchy sort of elements in there. Let's try this again. Another one. Try again, making it dry. They're just these kind of percussive, glitchy things. Let's get them a little louder. And then with the Valhalla, there's this kind of like interesting pump that develops in there. That's kind of a soup that we want. Let's move the EQ over. Try another one. Let's go back to the first one. I'm gonna pick my favorite and keep it. So when I pump, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to establish this kind of rumble pump. I call it a rumble pump. That has this kind of bounce to it that's not necessarily just based on what the kick is doing. And it's a little loud now, the second one. Let me just lower that. Yeah, just get that pump. That's nice. Let's keep that one as the one for now. Let's put that one on the top. Let's see if we're a little bit EQing. So maybe a little bit of I don't know. Let's get a delay or something on this hi-hat, and also this hi-hat needs a little more high end, a little more air. I love air. Those of you that have taken my mixing and mastering class know how much air makes a big difference, and that's the stuff that happens after the sibilants. So there's a part of the high frequencies or mid to high frequencies we call sibilants, and that stuff really hurts our ears. But everything, let's say above 11K or 12K, really is kind of delicious to listen to. And look, having that in versus having it out, it just gives you that perfect little. Okay, so I think this one's a little loud now, so I'm gonna. Let's play with that, with the filter and the resonance on the filter. I like that, but maybe we'll make the whole thing lower by moving the range here. It's a little too much on the hi-hat. Very nice, very nice. let's go and do one of my favorite old hack techno tricks. Let's grab a simpler. If you guys know this, let's see what's going on in the chat. I'm hearing a lot of vocal chants sort of sounds in there. Yeah, I love hearing that sort of thing coming out of a verb. Yeah, so we have this this one thing. Let's see what we do with this. That's the demo version. Let's take the Kickzilla out of there, and let's play around with some. Let's EQ at first. Find the place where that'll come out there. Cut out the low end that we don't need, and let's see if we try to mangle it a little bit with maybe Redux. See what happens to it. Alright, let's leave that in there. Let's put an effect on that. Okay, let's leave that in there, and now let's go and find our hacky thing that I was talking about before with the simpler. Grab a simpler and drop it in there. One of the coolest things about the simpler was when they gave it that slice mode. So let's go back into my sounds here. Where was that? In here, right? And let's find some samples. Let's go into this one here. Maybe some noise loops. And let's try to put them in slice mode and drop them in here. And then I'm gonna grab a Max for Live device. Before I put let me grab that Max for Live device. Max for Live device is a sequencer called the mono sequencer that I very much enjoy. Stop the music for a second. Get that that Max for Live mono sequencer. Very powerful little booger. For techno, it's amazing, and for other stuff, just to come up with a different way of programming your parts. Let's do. There it is. So basically, what it is a step sequencer, and it's going to allow me to just play things. And one of my favorite things that it has is a randomizer. And this is great because randomizers are where it's at. So let me just wait till it goes, and now I can set the randomization to happen at 100%. And I'm going to need a pitch device in here. From experience, I know that I need a way to move the sequence over, because what happens when I drop a sound in here is that it makes as many slices as you see, and then the note range just changes, and I'm going to want to move what the sequencer is doing up and down. You'll see. Let's just get it going. It'll just start when I start playing. So right now it's just playing one note. As you see, it's because this is just playing one note. But if I start changing the notes here, I can get some interesting things to go happen. That's already kind of cool. But let's try randomizing it. And that was just the first random clip that I popped in there. Let's look for another clip just to see what happens if we randomly. Where was that? In the desktop, right? Let's try this clip. Okay, that's a little out there. Let's keep going. See, in that one, the range isn't right, so I can't find any notes. I gotta move this until it hits the range. That's kind of cool. Effect going on that. Maybe there's a filter on here, so I could just filter this a little. Add a little resonance to it. Let's do this again with another one. Let's just copy this a couple of times, the whole track, so we have this a couple of times that we can do it, and let's mute the ones that I'm copying so that they don't. Okay, so I'm gonna work on this one though. Again, I'm gonna just try to drop a. I'll just leave that there. That's a nice little thing with frequency modulation here. Let's get a dirtier drive going on here. Okay, very cool. Let's grab another sound and just drop it in there. Let's get another type of sound. Let's see. Maybe I have other types of loops in here that I can. Basses, maybe a bass. How about that? So let's try a bass here. This is the second one, right? Yeah. Let's try another now. That sounds not what that's gonna do. And let's do it. Let's loop it at eighth notes. I mean half a bar, and randomize until we get something cool. It's kind of alright, but let's try a different sound and see what happens if we just pop it in it. And keep on going. Oh, I gotta open up that frequency and take down that resonance. What is this? Hey, that's a nice bass line. I love random. I love randomizing things. Why not? Really, why not? And let's do another one and the next one. On this one, let's pick some lead sort of sound. Maybe what else do we have in here? We have any arpeggiated sounds? Synth parts, octave jumps, melodies. Let's try this. Any arpeggiated sounds? Yeah, here's some arpeggiations. Let's try this. Okay, did I hit the wrong one? Oh, I put it in the wrong place. Okay, not bad, right? Not bad. Let's do it at like a polyrhythmic sort of way. Let's do like 5. And let's just continue to drop them in there. I'll drop that one back if you want. Hey, let's do that. Let's gnarly it up. Let's add some. And let's put some effect on that. Let's do this delay over here. Okay, so I'm starting to get carried away here. Just want to stop the music for a second. So once again, what have we done here? We started out with trying to look at that Kickzilla thing. Wasn't that impressed? It's pretty okay. It's okay. It's good-ish, but we pretty quickly noticed that we can do a lot more with just with just the stuff that we have. So here we just have a kick that's happening with the kick and a reverb with shaper box creating that pump, a little bit of decapitator to get that gnarliness, an auto filter here to kind of rein it in. And we could have so many different textures here. And then we augmented that with with this. No, let's keep that on though. With this, which was a percussion pattern. Once again, with going through all this. Let's group these together, and then be able to turn them on and off. Sorry, I didn't want to just group that. I want to group everything. Okay. So now we can turn it off. And that's what that is, but this turns into that, which we can kind of play with and maybe add a little more decay if you want. Play with the high shelf damping, EQ. But that's going to give movement to our rumble. And I think that's the key to like a good rumble, because you know, just to get a basic rumble that just, you know, follows the kick and just pumps, it's nice, but to get this rumble that really like has this little bit of a rhythm in there and is doing more than what you're getting from that, you know, reverb on the kick is the magic sauce, I guess. And then we grabbed some of those patterns that I made with the simpler in slice mode. That actually could be another addition to the rumble right there, right? We could do that with the... Let's take that echo that's in there, copy it, and put it right on the track. And then let's just do it with a compressor. Easy enough. Remember, we came up with like 4 ways of like creating that dip. And let's put that compressor in sidechain mode. And let's set that input to the 909 kick. And lower that threshold, so we get a little pump going, or a lot of pump going. And let's see how that... That's Rumble Mania. I think we could further EQ that to get more. So another thing that we haven't done that's going to be very useful for us with our Rumble is add limiting to it. So let's add a limiter to it. And I guess I'm going to have to drop a utility after it to like capture, you know, keep it under a certain level. And let's pump it into limiting. Okay, limiters in there. Let's get some EQ going on there. Maybe you could keep going forever with this stuff, which is really fun. Let's just do shelving. Again, air to me is, even when you don't think there's any air there, it's always nice to like just push that. Okay, what else do we have here? That could be also another aspect to our rumble, but it's a bass line, so let's treat it as such. So that's going to be our basic our bass line. That could be louder. Let's get a limiter right on our master so it doesn't clip. And what else did we have here? We had this. Make that a little more staccato. Do that with this fade out knob. Okay, it's a little bit, you know, rough at the moment, but for, you know, a few minutes, not even an hour, fooling around here with you guys, we're getting pretty far. See, all of this could be part of the rumbles. We could just make the rumble track with mega rumble everywhere, and of course, demo version. Let's play with the pitch on. Sorry. All right, so I guess next step is to try to develop an arrangement for this. So my idea my purpose for today was not to like just make a track. I really wanted to explore all there is to being or to doing with rumble on the kick, as the Kickzilla presents itself as being the go-to plugin for rumbles. I think we can do a little more if we explore different techniques. And so what are going to be our go-tos? Of course, a reverb. We could also do it with delay. Maybe next time we'll try some delay. We need some saturation, whether it be distortion, overdrive, fuzz, decapitator, thermionic culture vulture, any saturator that you may have, anything that's going to add gnarliness to it. Of course, EQs and filters to like just mold it. And then the magic comes when you use patterns of percussion, or basically, nondescript percussion that doesn't have any melodies in it, really works for the other kind of augmentation to the rumble, which we did in this part here. And this added such a dimension to the track. Let's just show one more time what this did to the. So let's take this out. So that's our basic rumble. We're just done with the Valhalla, and then the augmentation to the rumble. And we could continue to augment as much as we want. I guess this could even be called another augmentation to that. Let's try something special with that. Let's take that and put it in like the Haas effect and see if we push it off to the sides, if it can give us some nice texture to it. So in the Haas effect, what we're going to do is we want to delay one side off of the other by a few milliseconds. And that's going to give us a bigger sort of way to kind of perceive it. It happens in our brains, actually. So let's see. Let's play the part again. And that's without the Haas effect. And with the Haas effect, it goes to the sides. But we need a little more high end to like be able to appreciate that Haas effect in there. And let's try a little more divergence in there. It's okay, but maybe we open this filter a little more. And let's try that. Oh yeah. Now I'm feeling this. This is the rumbliest track I've ever worked on. So much rumble everywhere. Is there more rumble here? No, this is the bass line. And there's that lead little thingy. And what was the last thing in here? Even more rumble. Even more rumble layers. Let's see what that'll do. Okay, too much rumble. Of course, it becomes too much of a soup after a while. So let's bring that down. Let's keep it reined in. And the magic is going to be in like just using exactly how much you need, you know. Let's get an auto pan and try to open pan that side to side. Kind of make it meander around. That's actually kind of nice. That's what this is doing. Yeah, right. TI 808. I mean, 80 Mark says a lot going on in this track. Yeah, a lot of rumble. If you got a lot of rumble in this track, that's for sure. Um, so yeah, there we have it. So if you were ever wondering, rumble is a big part of techno, and today we explored a lot of the ways that we can go about doing it. It's not the only way. We didn't do much with delay. Somebody said in the chat earlier that the delay it was their favorite way of doing it, which is you can use the feedback in the delay to get freezes going, and yeah, and then we could sample some of this rumble, and then what we could do with that, that's another story. But unfortunately, we're running out of time. But I wanted to thank you all. I just wanted to remind you, you're watching 343 TV. My name is Abe Duque. My show is Fridays at 1 p.m. Production Basics. I try to show you every production angle that I can, especially when you ask me for it. Watch tomorrow for John Selway's Techno show. I don't usually do techno. Today I did a bit of rumbling with techno, but John is like the techno guy. But sometimes he does his show as an electro show. So John's show is like techno/electro. So tune in tomorrow to see whether John is going to do techno or electro. But yeah, come to our website, 343labs.com. Look at our class schedule. We have classes starting all the time. We have a lot of summer sessions going on. Please check it out. Maybe take a class with us and learn from us directly. And there's also 343 Studio, which is our kind of dojo for music producers, where music producers could come in and just work out all their chops and their skill sets. We have collaboration sessions, master classes, feedback sessions, all sorts of mentoring situations. Please come check it out. You might want to subscribe and join that part of our whole collective here. Let's see. People are talking. William Mind Readers are saying, "Thanks, Abe. You're welcome." He's sorry that he arrived at the end, but you could always watch it later because it gets posted. All right. I guess we've run out of time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and, making my Friday a fun day. I'll see you next Friday. Thanks for everything. Bye-bye now.